Alright, let's begin. I've already cut out the vinyl that I'm going to use on the tile, and we're just going to weed it. I will have this design available. There will be a link below. Just slowly we'll weed this off. Now you can use any design you like, but this seems to be a very popular one. Lots of little birds. I like to take the scissors and trim off the extra so it doesn't fold on top of the vinyl and get stuck. So just zip it along. Makes it a lot easier. I can't tell you how many projects I've ruined by the vinyl catching on top of itself and ruining it. But yeah, just use your pick tool, pick up those pieces that are tucked inside each other. I like to use the tool to pull out the stuff that's stuck inside, you know, the tiny pieces, as I'm weeding the whole big one. And so you can see we're almost done. On the design, you'll notice there are squares on top, and those are actually to help you keep it straight on the tile. And I'll show you that when we attach it to the tile. But we're just going to finish weeding out these letters. Like I said, use the little pick tool to loosen up the insides of, letters and the swirls and other things. Makes it a lot easier when you can just pick it out like that. Very easy to do. Just time consuming. But this is done in real time, so you can see that it isn't really that much time. It's only been, a little over maybe 2 minutes here. So, almost done. And then we'll just weed out the insides of the letters. There we go, see? The little square at this end didn't want to come off. I'll just pick it, and the design's pretty easy to center. And there we go. Okay, then all we have to do is just weed out the insides of the letters and the feather and the heart. Fairly simple to do. I'm looking for my other pick tool and my glasses. So there we go. And then we'll just pull out the center here. Now I have a light on above me, so it's actually causing me to have a reflection of my work. So let me just grab my pick tool. I like this tool. I picked that up at Amazon. It's a I forget the name of it. And I didn't put it away, so I don't have it on me right now. But just keep weeding away, and here it is. I guess it's a Tim Holtz. I don't know, I can't really read the signature. Picked it up at Amazon. It was one of those add-ons. Comes in handy to pull out those tiny little pieces. And we'll just finish weeding out the inside of the letters. Whoop. But I'm trying to leave the video in as close to real time as possible. I know you guys want to just see it get done, but sometimes it's better to show you all the mistakes as we go, because none of us are perfect, you know, and especially when you videotape, something always has to go wrong and never fails. So I try to leave everything, you know, accurate and not too much editing. I do voice over most of my videos because I like to work with music, and Amazon frowns upon my music. Oops, you can see the S flipped. So if you look on the white sheet closely, you can actually see like an engraved part of the design, so you can pretty much place that right back where it belongs. So, and if it's off just a hair, nobody's really going to notice it. As you'll see when the design is done, it looks pretty good. So we'll just keep picking off the insides here, weeding everything out. And like I said, I really, I will have to speed this up because it is like 26 minutes long. So I may, see where I can cut it out or speed up or to reduce the time. You can see how easy it is to pick out the center of the E's with this pick tool. I really, really do like it. And shout out to my friend Missy who told me about it. Thank you. There we go. And now I just, yeah. Okay, and then what I usually do is, I can see that the S is off a little bit, so I'm picking it back up and I'm going to realign it a little bit better. And there we go. And then I usually like tip the paper to see if I could see anything that's not weeded and kind of reflect. You'll see the lines of a cutout that should be pulled or something. I don't see any. Looks like I got everything. And then we need transfer tape. Alright, now that I have the transfer tape, what we can do is just lay it down so that the sticky side is up, measure out how much we need, and then just trim what you need. That's how I usually do my measurement. And as you can see, I cut out of the vinyl that section near the heart where my hand is. That's because I can use that piece later. No sense wasting a whole sheet. And that's what's good about those squares too. It makes it easy to line up. Okay, now we're going to lay the vinyl on. I like to fold it in, not fold it but with a crease, but fold it in half so that I can pretty much center it, and I totally will epic fail this. And it never fails. Like I said, I'm on camera and it doesn't want to behave. So I drop it, and it's not like you can really pick it up again because, see, you lose your markings. So we're going to fudge this one. But you can see that even when you have to fudge, it will work. And you can see I missed those top squares. So what you can do is just cut off a piece and attach it to, and you're good to go. And then we just squeegee it all so that we can get it to really stick to the transfer tape. And just keep squeegeeing. And you can see I moved it, and I really couldn't get it back on. I really messed up that alignment, but because I've done these so many times, it's really okay. It didn't, get totally off, but just keep squeegeeing so you can get the transfer on. I missed a piece of the wing and I was afraid I might rip it, so I stuck that up there too. And you just keep squeegee. You'll see that I needed to squeegee more, but here I have alcohol white, and this is a tile that only cost me, I think it was $10 for the case at Home Depot. So they're very cheap. You can buy them separately, or you can buy it together in a case. I happen to like these colors, so I bought a whole case of them. Okay, we'll just wait for this to dry a little bit. I'll just use my extra piece of vinyl and fan it dry. And it does feel pretty dry, so what we're going to do is now remove the backing from the transfer tape, and hopefully everything goes together. And it's coming out pretty good. As you can see that it's just want to make sure everything's coming. Some people like to do it from the back, but I want to just check my alignment here, make sure before I peel this whole thing off that I actually got the right size. And you get a pretty good idea of where you want to put it, how far over, before you lay out the whole thing. And yeah, it's pretty close to what I want. You can see that it's off a little bit, but you'll see. And we can start peeling off pieces. Just remove the back. I don't like to do it that way. A lot of people do, but I like to actually take the transfer tape off from the top. But, there we go. Came out pretty good, but now that piece you folded, you're going to drop back down to the top, just that top. You're not rubbing the whole backing to the transfer tape, you're just adding it to the top piece. So you can get your alignment, and you need enough of the transfer tape to show so that you can rub it down and kind of like a hinge to take off the other piece. Okay? Well, it looks pretty good, and we could just remove this piece. There we go. The corner came off, but that's right, the other corner stayed. So you can just lay it down, rub it in. There we go. And we can just squeegee it on there. Now this takes a while. I did not give it enough. As you can see, when I start to take the tape off, some of the vinyl will not stick. The more you do this, the better your vinyl is going to stick. Don't process. So just keep squeegeeing. You can't over squeegee it. I learned that. You can under, but you can't over. Okay. And see, you can tell I didn't do enough. And I am using Oracle 651 on this. I do not seal this tile. I have one outside that has been out all last summer and all of this winter, and it's now April. So, and there's no signs of anything, and I live in New England, so it's held up to some pretty harsh heat and some pretty wet, cold, snowy weather, so you really don't need to seal this stuff on tiles. Once it's on there and it cures for a couple days, unless you're going to sit there and pick it off, it's not going anywhere. My granddaughter likes to pick things off. I made some stuff on for Valentine's Day, and I know she picked off part of the bumblebee on one of the Valentine's things I made. But she likes stickers, so She likes to take them off and put them in other things. So I think she was determined to get that one off. She's only 3. So as you can see that some places the vinyl isn't sticking, I should have scraped harder and longer, not harder, just longer. Let's see. If you notice I rub back and forth sometimes, that does help keep it on there, and sometimes in the corners when something's coming off. So you don't have to worry about those squares because you can just take those off when you're done if they stick onto it. So, but I just let me just rotate this because I like to pull towards me. And as you can see, I kind of weave it back and forth, kind of go at different angles. It makes it a little bit easier to weed, just kind of back and forth. It looks pretty good so far. Oh, that little wing up here is this is this is a gift from my daughter to give to her boyfriend. He had just lost his aunt, so I thought this would be a nice thing to give, and I could show you how to make these tiles. I've seen them sell for like $25. You could probably get more. It depends on your area. But the vinyl, I mean, it's a sheet of vinyl, and whatever that cost, plus you get the bonus extra pieces that you could use for another project. And the tile, let's just say $1. And so you're talking, a couple dollars in your time. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a 3.5 by 5 picture frame. So this is all smoothed out. Feels pretty good. I'm quite impressed with it. And there are no air bubbles. So there's the frame I'm going to put on. I actually picked this up from the Dollar Tree. I originally wanted to go that way, but the picture they gave me, it's going to go this way. So I have to go edit the picture, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm going to attach the 3x5 picture that I printed out and trimmed into the photo frame. And there we go. And then I'm going to attach the back just to give it, that finished look in the back. Not that they're going to see it, but I should pull these clips up better, but there we go. So then you just actually can just twist this the stand piece off so that you don't have that extra bulk in the back. And I used glue dots in the corners that actually held it really tight. I had them already in the other 3 corners, so there we go. And then you just line it up and press it down, and there you go. A finished project. And there is enough room underneath the heart there to print small their names, but they didn't want them. I thought they would. That's why there was a space. But there, I'm quite proud of it, and I sent them a picture the other day, and they actually loved it. So I'm glad. Something nice I could do for them. She was a good lady. So there you go. There's my project, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will show you how to get the file if you would like to do this, and I'll work on some written instructions. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will craft with you later.